best night I've had in the last 5 years is a night that Zoe and I split a bottle of wine, we made a summer salad, and watched chocolat together.
You mean chocolate?
Chocolat.
Chocolate with Johnny Depp.
Chocolat.
You're not fucking French, Pete.
They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy.
Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah.
Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop issue number 68. And we're one issue away next week from being 69, dudes. Great to see you guys here. And of course, for those of you who like to have it both ways, we are dual streaming on Rumble as well. So I'm going to put the link in if you're a man who likes to have it both ways. Otherwise, take your pick, YouTube or Rumble, or go both ways. I don't care. I'm just happy that you are here. And we already have 11 of you here, which thank you, by the way, for being here early and right away. Much appreciated. Yes, today we're going to have some fun, talk some classic Hellboy. I'll break from Spider-Man F4 to talk some Hellboy. I'm excited for this because Wake the Devil was bad ass. Holy macaroni. It was badass. I loved it. And we'll get into that. But let's acknowledge those faces here. FKC 2005, Jonathan Conroy. What's going on? D-Bud Martin, huge. JT Kirk, Steve Mitchum, Clobby Forever. What's up, Steve? How's it going? Oh, Jonathan here, our man Jonathan here. He finished the NY Pizza. My man, you got good priorities. Good man. Tim Hayes. What's up, Tim Hayes? How's it going? And then Jeremiah Hembry says, Nick, did you hear about they're using AI to bring back your dead ones? I know this is wrong and all, but I want your thoughts. Could you be more specific? Because I know about AI happening, and I know loosely about things going on, but who are you talking about in specific? Like you're saying, for example, like Ronnie James Dio, they're gonna do the Black Sabbath music with him. I would not be for that. That should be easily obvious, very easily obvious. There's no surprise coming from me on that. I'm mostly a purist on that type of stuff. So you're not going to really get any shocking response there. That's just kind of like confirming the obvious of what you know from me. But unless you got something that really stands out, yeah, please, forward it my way, my dude. All right. So anyways, guys, Pablo will be here. No Ironcaster tonight, but it's okay. We're going to enjoy the company of the boys. And so we shall. Like the common nerd, he's backstage. He's here. He's ready. How's it going, dude?
Good, buddy. How about yourself? Another beautiful day in paradise, man.
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Had a birthday party with one of the kiddos today with one of their friends from church. That was a good time.
How's that?
That was good. There was pizza and everybody was just kind of hanging out. So and there was a bouncy castle, so the kids were happy. But yeah, no, dude. I'm stoked to talk about some Hellboy today. I love it's Mike, right? Mike Magnolia.
Yeah.
Dude. I absolutely love it. It is so distinct. It is so unique. And yeah, the comics are great. The writing, the dialogue is always so much fun. They're I'm always excited to read a Hellboy comic because it's always a good time. We've never because I think this is the second one we've done.
Second one, yeah.
It's the second one we've done, and it's like the last one was the same way. It's like the same snarky attitudes, the smart ass comebacks, the really awesome art, all of people dying all the time.
All the time.
Blood, everybody's dying left and right. Nobody makes it out alive. Plenty of red shirts, plenty of cannon fodder. It's great. And there's always some snarky dead guy. I always love how there's always a snarky dead guy running around that Hellboy has to interact with, right? And there's always some smart ass conversation between that just has to be a standard. You always have to have that. And I love it. So this one this one gives us everything, and so I'm stoked to get into it. But yeah, dude, good day. Lots of people. Oh, finally crossed 2,400 on the new.
Ooh,
The last one got nuked.
nice.
So yeah,
Ooh,
halfway to where we were.
ooh.
Halfway to where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times around there.
Love
But
it,
yeah,
dude.
so,
Love
fun
it.
stuff. Yeah, fun stuff.
It is fun stuff, and it's gonna be fun stuff. Tim Hayes has been a member for 11 months. He's 1 month away from a year. And what's up, Mars Monkey Max? This is a standard of Hellboy. Always funny. True. And of course, we got Pablo here.
Howdy ho! Oh, god damn it.
Still not quite there. So
I was
close.
not expecting to say that right now, so I didn't prepare. Oh, that came out from the wrong pipe. Oh, dude, we are talking Hellboy today, and god damn it. There are some things that I really enjoy about Hellboy. One of them is that the characters have this moment of pause, of pondering, of analyzing things, and this time is the bad guy. So we got this moment of solitude, of absolute introspection, but it's the bad guy, and that's part of what I enjoy so much. Hellboy may be one of the best stories ever told, and I really mean that, and it's because of that. Oh, the characters are not there just to be there. The characters have a reason, even the ones that appear on side stories, because we will be talking about a character that appears in a side story that no enters the main story. And goddamn, it's beautiful. The art is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. I love Hellboy. So the only thing, maybe I wish Guillermo del Toro got a bit more into the comic for the movies, because Hellboy 1, great movie. The Golden Army, there's a lot of things to be said. I still enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie. Yeah, that is something I haven't watched in a long time. Was it 2004 when that came out?
Maybe I don't really remember the year. It's from my childhood.
Hellboy is from my I feel like it was 04. We'll have to look at chat. Please fact check us. 08.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Dude, the other day I was talking with my best friends.
Oh, the first one was 04, Nick. That's
first one's 04. Okay, so I was right.
The first one was 04. The second one was 08. So
okay.
There's this whole thing happening with Nintendo and everything, and we are like, something similar happened on 2005, the year that we met. We know each other 20 years now.
Wow!
So we started to feel old. Really
anniversary!
You guys are so gay. It's cute.
Right, dude.
By the way, Zelda, did you see the? Did you see the?
I saw
God damn it!
Dude, they're going total Breath of the Wild. It looks
no.
That outfit looks spot on.
Okay, Zelda is going Breath of the Wild, but if you see in the video, there's a scene of Link in the hero's tunic. And the hero's tunic, the way that is,
I only saw the Zelda,
the cut and everything.
Like one of the whatchamacallit chick.
Dude, it looks Kristanova. Kristanova is posting about that all the time.
Yeah, I saw that's
from
Geeks
and
from,
Gamers.
But then I had to read a comic book, so I had to get off Twitter.
The hero's tunic looks like a mix between Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. And if they are doing a lot of Twilight Princess, that by the way, I keep debating if Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda of all time or Twilight Princess is.
I got to go back and play like Twilight Princess because I missed like the GameCube years, and so I missed a lot of those Zelda ones in there.
Dude, I have it for the GameCube on physical. Yeah. I have it for the Wii U on physical, and if they release it for the Switch, I will be having it on the Switch on physical.
If they're gonna do, I don't know how, we don't know what they're gonna do with the story just yet, but if they incorporate any aspects of Twilight Princess, then as soon as the first trailer drops, I'll go out of my way to get Twilight Princess and play it on stream. I'll live stream the whole thing.
Oh, dude, you should. By the way, congratulations.
Oh yeah, the
You're
24
getting there,
thanks,
man.
buddy. Yeah, dude.
He's
It's like
doing
this
good.
algorithm is so screwed up right now. I've been stuck
It
at like
got
100 a
worse
month.
in the
It
last
did.
year.
It got
It got
so much
way
worse, dude. Like,
worse. It's
because I
so
was
much
like
harder
6
now to
months
gain
ago,
subs.
like 6 months ago, it was so easy for me to get like 1,000, 1,500 views on a video, no problem, dude. I'm barely cracking 100 on almost anything now.
You're
It's
not the only one, man.
insane,
I've
dude.
noticed it
It's so bad.
across the board.
Yeah,
They are
Across
changing the
the
algo.
board.
they've
And
screwed
they
it
changed
so
whatever they
bad.
did, they changed it dramatically because
Yeah.
I've noticed it's happened to everyone. It is insane. I think, man, there's something off with all this. It really is the worst year
Well, and it's
of
like
how
it's
YouTube's run at least 5
and
years.
well, and the worst part is it's like this is my full-time job too. By the grace of God, it's my full-time job. But God, that's depressing, man. You come back in here and you look at that, and like I put out 3 videos a day, like 6 days a week most of the time, So it's like
Mhm.
it's not like I'm not putting enough content out. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. It's just it
Mhm.
Yeah.
ain't going
And
nowhere,
it's a
man.
mix of things because for one side, remember, I was an editor, so I
Oh yeah.
even I got saturated of things that were happening. I got really bored of some topics, and I stopped paying attention. I literally
Right.
just stopped paying attention. I
Mhm.
just disconnected from that. The other side is if you see on your recommendations page, that is the main page for YouTube. Most of the videos that appear are videos that you have no interest on. They just want to push a channel, or they
Yeah.
want to push certain channels. So you are getting a lot of crazy, stupid shit
Yeah.
mixed with shorts. And dude, one of the things that I love the most to watch on YouTube is a channel that is cooking history,
Mhm.
that
Nice.
he
Yeah.
reviews historical books to get the receipts, and he has done things from ancient times, and I mean he has done things from Egypt, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I've seen that
From
channel. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and is the kind of content I like, because I unplug, I just watch this and enjoy. It's not recommending that anymore. It's
Mhm.
recommending me channels that talk about current stuff that I don't care. I
Mhm.
just don't care. My country is about to go into elections tomorrow, because we need to see if we are getting a new constitution or not. The issue is that my president wants to do it on ChatGPT.
Oh God.
So I have no interest in
Ooh.
politics right now, because who
Ooh.
cares?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
and it's like
dude.
Who the fuck cares?
that's just insane. It's one of
We
those
have a
situations where it's
bad
like,
constitution. I know the people that made it. It self protects, so you cannot change it to make it
Uh-huh.
better, because it was made
yeah,
by socialists.
No, of course
well,
it
you just
was.
cut
But
and paste,
ChatGPT is worse.
just
It's
cut and paste
yeah.
hours, man. Just cut and paste hours. I mean, like
Oh,
pull out the
man.
things like about like slavery and shit that obviously you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about. You know what I mean? But like just cut and paste like the first like 10
yeah,
of
exactly.
hours.
So
Like it's not rocket science. Like the
I want
first
to see,
10 and then like the rest of it minus the slavery part,
right?
and you're good. That's all you need, man.
I just want to see things that I can enjoy, things that I can just uh,
Well,
be
and that's why I
entertained
always try
by.
to do like happy, positive videos
Yeah,
too, about like
exactly.
things that I'm
And YouTube
excited
don't
about
want
coming out,
to.
dude. Like, oh, like there's like there's a few different things I've done over the last few days that are always like, I always try to do like some positive stuff that's coming out too. Okay, a lot of it has been salty lately the last few days, actually, now that I look
Yeah.
at it. That's
Oh
good.
man.
But
But
all the
anyway,
Warhammer stuff, I'm super excited for the Warhammer. Man, my Warhammer 40K
I
videos almost always do good. That
you
thing
got me
didn't
into
even
the
crack
lore.
40 views, man.
God damn it, you got me into the lore. I'm watching
I
lore
know.
videos
You're
for
so good. Oh,
Warhammer.
I knew it. I know. Look at that. I wish Ironcaster was here. He'd be so proud because we converted another one. I love it.
The whole story about the Emperor, I'm enjoying it so
Oh yeah, dude, it's
much.
great. It's great. I gotta send Nick
Dude.
some like Marnius Calgar comic books because the art in those is awesome. Marnius Calgar is
Oh, they
great.
have
Marnius Calgar.
crazy comics, man.
Yeah, they do. The
All
Sister
right.
of Battles are
Well,
great too because they're hot.
we
Oh
do
wait,
got
we
a
got
show. We
Patreon.
got to get moving.
Oh, morning.
Anyways, guys, I'll let you. So I'm gonna acknowledge
Nick's
these
like, let me
comments
bag a
here. We got
comic real quick. while
we
these
we
guys
got
bag
'em
up
piling
this
up here, and I feel like our chat deserves that acknowledgement. By
Oh,
the
it's
way,
good.
welcome Toback on the Rumble side, and Mohammed said, "Hail chat, Nick,
Hey.
Common Nerd, Pablo. I am reading Weapon X. I'll be finished before the end of the stream. I've reached Judge Red, Charles Stoyak. Holy shit."
The great comic.
Shitasaurus.
We
Dude,
actually did
yeah.
that episode
We did
on
that
great
one,
comic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Clobby was still walking amongst us, we were doing that
Yeah.
one. So we got that. No, that's great, dude. I love to see that. And welcome, Deeple 101, Stephen M. Kellel. Hello, hello, sir. Nice to see you here. Or as Arnie and the Simpsons speak would say, is nice to see you. And what's up, Stu God? He says maybe views was fake the whole time. You know, I wonder that. I can't say that, you know, I don't think it was all fake, but I definitely do like wonder, like I do question it, the legitimacy of it, because you're like thinking like, how is this like this now all the time? Or could there just be people maybe who are just, let's just say, to be very fair, maybe this corner of YouTube is just not their forte anymore. Maybe some people did move on. So we gotta like acknowledge that there could be some truth in that, but that's a whole other thing for another day. And JT Kirk for $5. Thank you, sir. Says all YouTube cares about is AdSense. Videos on my feed are all what has gotten the most ad revenue, even if it's a video from 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, dude, I hate what it's becoming. I mean, I guess you could say this was kind of always inevitable. To be fair, it always was, whether we want to admit it or not. But dude, it has gotten way, way worse, and it's why it feels like there's almost like a tide, like a Titanic type of thing going on to it. It's like the walls are like closing in, the ship is sinking, and I feel like not everyone is going to survive what comes up next with all these changes to YouTube. There's going to be more people who, let's just say from our corner, who are probably going to, decide that this is not for them, or maybe even try second or third or fourth channels. There's going to be that. My intention, and you can bet on this, I'm still going to be here. I'm serious. One, I don't make a living off this. A, right. B, I truly love what I do. And for a while, the Toxic Tuesday streams were lower. Now they're coming back up slowly. But the whole gist is, I've always said, as long as we have an audience, the show goes on and you stick it out. And I like to think that what goes around does come around. And student, I think you must have missed it earlier on the show. I did say we are dual streaming on Rumble. So I already have a Rumble channel. I'll put the link again in the chat. So let me do that here.
I'm of the opinion that people should have the punishment of a crime based on the sin, right? Punish the sin based on the sin.
Yeah, of course.
YouTube is going this route. Use Brave Browser. Use AdBlock. Fuck them right in where they are trying to hurt you.
Oh, no, you gotta stick it to them back. Absolutely. Dude, I agree.
Kim Pipa had an issue with her stream that if you wanted to see her stream, YouTube will show you an ad every 3 minutes. She complained. They started to show every 30 seconds. You cannot watch on a stream with every 30 seconds an ad.
It doesn't help too with the shorts. They want the shorts to take off. They want to be TikTok so bad. Yeah, they are terrified. It's just weird because there's nothing to be afraid about. It's one thing if you're not number one, that just sometimes what's number one, number two is always going to shift, but you're not going to always be number one forever. That's just history with everything that we've known. And also, TikTok format was dramatically different. They're about these short clips that have practically no attention span. I'm not knocking on it. I know people have it. Some people probably in our chat have it. And, if you enjoy it, that's great. But it's not for everyone. And also, YouTube was known for the long form type of content, not these 30-second to 1 minute clips that they now want to do what TikTok is doing. I really hate it when CEOs of these big companies, big billionaire companies, they always talk about how they need to be innovative with what they're doing, but really what they're doing is they're just doing what their competitors are doing. So they're not really actually being innovative. They're just doing what their competitors are doing and like trying to disguise it as if it's something that's truly moving and groundbreaking. It's like, bro, Could you at least be honest? Come on, who are you trying to crap, man? We know you're just copying your buds. At least be honest with it. I can at least say, okay, this guy is a douchetarian, but at least he's being an honest douchetarian. Instead, no, you have to play this dumbass card where you're just copying your buddies because we have to be like everyone at the same time. Guys, you can't be like everyone and anyone all at the same time.
Also,
Oh,
read the
dude.
room.
It's
TikTok
just
is
like
crashing.
DC used to do that shit.
TikTok is losing
Is it?
retention. Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
higher on the amount of people watching, but the time
Okay.
that people are watching things on TikTok is decreasing.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
they are,
see, I did not
and
know
with Vine
that.
coming back, I'm
So,
just
That's
saying.
okay.
right, Vine's coming
Assuming
back.
that what you're saying is true, and yes, chat, we'll get into Hellboy in a few minutes. Assuming what you're saying, Pablo, is true, then what was the point of YouTube making these changes? It sounds like they're just making these changes for nothing then, because
Yeah,
you're like,
they are reacting, and that's the thing. In any industry, let's look at comics. Let's go with the comic book industry. They were reacting on all these social movements, and they were trying to catch the young generation and everything. And what they did, they fucked up the industry.
Yep.
yeah. And I understand the idea of trying to get a new like audience fan base. I get that. I'm not knocking on that idea. I think there's some good you can try to do from trying to gain an audience, but how they go about it, I feel like is the way that they falter truly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because you gotta remember, like I really like drives me crazy when I hear people say, "Oh, kids don't want to read, kids don't want." That's not true. Or that kids don't like movies. That's not true either.
No.
Yes, kids love TikTok, obviously, but they also like things on across other variations of hobbies, mediums, whatever. Books like Diary of a Mad Diary, I was gonna say Diary of a Madman, like the Ozzy song. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Man, and then there's manga, all sell in the millions. And guess what? Those have very young fan bases. Yes, some of the mangas probably have some older bases too, but a lot of those have very young fan bases in the millions. Also, a lot of those kids responded when there was a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, when there was a Minecraft movie. They do want to see things. They want things to call their own.
And
Not
generative
just
content.
we have to live off of everything that was yesteryear. Don't get me wrong. I love where I come from, but I also know and acknowledge that, yeah, the younger generation is not going to just want to live off of the stuff that I grew up on. That's just how it is. I know that's probably not going to be the greatest thing that, let's just say, older people in our chat want to hear, but that's just saying certain things are big for a generation. It just happens. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's
Right now, one of the main
beast,
competitions.
man. Nature of the beast.
Yeah, one of the main competitors for TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, everything is kids are spending a lot of time on AI tools, creating their own stories, creating their own worlds, and they are enjoying that. And sorry, that's going to happen more and more. There's the only thing that will maybe be saved is interaction. Is what we do here, what most people do. They also read the chat, they have a conversation, they interact, and that feels more natural for people. If you go to the story of content in general, we had a dark time with the printing press because it was not interactive, right? Newspapers were not interactive. On TV, we got a moment where things kind of changed. On radio, it was you called to the radio station and you talk in the show, right? With the host. Later, if you remember, there was a trend of having a banner on the lower part of the TV shows where people will send SMS with comments about what they are seeing. And that was a way of interaction. And that got a lot of traction. And now we have ways to actually have a chat active and we can see what they are saying. We can have a direct way of interacting with them. That is not going away. But if you are just something that, let's say YouTube, you just watch the video. If you can create your own video, with characters that you love and doing
Mhm.
something that you want. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's it.
And I see Toback's comments about the Rumble YouTube. You know, I get it, bud. It's not that I disagree. If anything, I agree and I understand your point. But we have to have it on YouTube as well because that's where a lot of the audience is still at. And the only way people are going to migrate. See, guys like you, Deeple, TZ, you guys, you were ready to transition. You were always ready to transition. And I respect that about you three gentlemen. That's what I love about you guys. You guys are like, hey, we see the problem here. We're trying to actually correct the problem. The problem is with that is a lot of people are set on not wanting to make change unless they are forced to. So unless we get to a point where, let's just say, a bunch of our channels get, let's just say, absolutely nuked, or we can't live stream ever again, then some of those people might feel like, okay, well, now I have to make the change. It's one of those things where, should it come to that, a lot of them are going to be the last in line, which the last in line is going to be quite a big swarm of people should it come to. I'm not saying it's going to, because we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. But if it is that way, they're going to be the last ones that get in line, because a lot of people just want to be on YouTube because for them, they don't like change. It's just how it is. I know many people who don't watch our show on Rumble because they don't like change. So it sucks. It's unfortunate, but we want to have an audience, and we at least are trying to do our best to get people to understand why it's important to transition. Why it's important to transition. Oh no, and Muhammad said, yeah, multi-stream is absolutely the future. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to at least cover my bases. I'm at least trying to do it, and I can't say that I'm not. Like, I am trying, but that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of people, it's a habit. YouTube is kind of like ingrained in our daily habits. People are used to going on their phone, going on their computer, and one of the first things, if not the first thing they check, is YouTube. They don't check Rumble first. Let's be real here. They don't. Maybe guys like TZ and Toback do. Maybe. And if you do, guys, great. That's awesome. The problem is a lot of people still don't. And it's really going to, once again, fall on trying our best to get people to make that change, to jump ship, if not to a point where we get forced to have to do it, because a lot of people will wait till the ship fully sinks before they move on board. But anyways, I don't like dwelling on that type of stuff. What's up, Lombard D? How you doing, dude? Mr. 1969. Great to see you here. But guys, I think we should talk about some Hellboy comics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready to talk about some Hellboy comics, guys?
Hell yeah.
You sure about that?
Hell yeah.
I said,
I think there was no audio.
I got audio.
Have you heard the audio?
Huh. God damn it.
It's all your fault.
Yeah. It's all my fault.
It was all Pablo's fault.
Oh,
It was
always
his
Pablo.
fault.
Oh.
It was his.
Where's the trigger, Pablo?
I will tell you where's the trigger, but YouTube will ban us. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Okay. Hellboy, Wake the Devil. This was a 5-issue mini-series, and it seems like that was a lot of the Hellboy stories. I'm starting to see some patterns. A lot of them were released in volumes in their stories, which is actually not a bad way of going about it. I can see why Dark Horse is able to take a character and not exactly make him an ongoing series, but have it have reoccurring series and just have them go in volumes and then collect them for edition. I think that's actually pretty smart. Really great marketing. But, man, when you dive into a story, right, once again, another Mike Mignola story, writing, drawing, I'm going to let the Hellboy expert be the leadoff man on how great Wake the Devil is. And it really is, as Triple H would say, that damn good.
Okay, man. Where do I start?
Yeah,
First.
where do you start? Where do you start? Maybe you could start with
There's an there's a plot
villains?
that is unraveling. And if you read seeds of darkness and everything, you know that Hellboy is supposed to bring the destruction of everything. But here they give you a bit of backstory that you were not supposed to know unless you read all the extra material.
Uh-huh.
Hellboy was born on Hell by a human woman. Yep. It was born of humans. He has a part of the soul of the seven that are one, but there's something else happening, right? Something about him having celestial or godly lineage also, but they don't specify until the very end of Hellboy. Basically, Hellboy is not exactly a demon. He's an amalgam of way more. And that's why he reflects on so many different themes in this story, right? Because you have all the chase of these vampires, but these vampires are kind of connecting with him when the main vampire is having a conversation with him. He feels the sorrow, he feels the pain, he feels the loneliness of this character, and also starts to kind of realize what's going on with everything that happened with Cavendish in the previous volume. So what's really going on? Why is Hellboy so important, and why there's so many ties that make Hellboy different from the rest of monsters? Well, they they go into this in the most unexpected way possible. They have Baba Yaga having a conversation with Rasputin about Hellboy, but they are kind of connecting with Hellboy. They acknowledge Hellboy in a way that you will not expect, because Hellboy, like Rasputin, is just a natural happening of the universe unraveling, right? Rasputin was offered this eternal life, uh, part of his soul being stored on Yggdrasil, just so he can become greater. He can become a, an engine to release the seven that are one. At the same time, the universe is unraveling through Hellboy. So it's a different kind of story. And maybe Hellboy has a lot more action in this than he had before. Also, yeah, there's a lot of Abe is starting to get some connections with his past, and you still don't know what's his past. You get a bit of Liz's past. The whole she killed her whole family. She killed basically a whole block full of people, and it was because she lost the control of her power when she started to get it. But with Abe, they don't give you that much, and that's
No.
by design. They are giving you bits and pieces of a bigger plot that is happening, because it's not all about Rasputin. It's not about having this monster come out of basically Cthulhu coming from hell and distorting reality. That's part of what I like. The fact that it's not Hellboy the one that uncovers about himself. The reader uncovers about Hellboy, while Hellboy is still in the dark about him.
Yeah, I like that though. I really like that. No one's I'm no one's eating a Snickers, Mars. But go on, Pablo.
There's bits of something else that they are seeing, right? With Baba Yaga is angry to Hellboy because he basically cost her an eye. He shoots her eye. That's what they try to do on the 2019 movie. The
Oh,
one
the
that
David
was,
Harbour one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, David Harbour.
that they kind of butchered the one shot where Hellboy shoots Baba Yaga. Because there's a lot more happening on that story. There's a lot more of the origin of Hellboy. Hellboy is a godly being. Hellboy is actually part angel, part blood of Arthur, the King Arthur, and part demon. So it's a mix of different things, right?
Mhm,
But a lot of that is explained through Baba Yaga.
mhm,
We
mhm.
didn't got that on the movie. We just got a simpler version with more action, and it didn't really work. Especially because they turned a fairy that didn't appear on that story into the main antagonist on the.
I agree.
Anyway,
No, I agree.
but
I
you are starting to get what's going on really on this world, and everything ties to Hellboy's arm. His right arm is the key, literally, for the story, and also is the the common earth spoilers. Sorry about that.
It's okay. No, you could get the chat knew what they're getting into with us, so just go all in. The people who are here are here for a
I just love to
reason.
give you crap more than anything else,
Yeah.
Pablo.
The whole thing about the Nazis, right? You are starting to see that the Nazis were not as important as you thought at the beginning, because they were digging into the obscure, the occultist side of things, and that in real life happened. They actually tried to get demons. They actually tried to get vampires into the ranks.
Mhm,
Something really funny. They had a whole team of people researching how to turn you into a vampire. And
mhm.
that ended in Hellboy, and it ended on Helsing, because people know about that, but they don't know how deep that shit went.
Ran
They
pretty
tried,
deep,
yeah, they
pretty
tried to
deep.
exhume the original Count Dracula.
Uh huh.
They tried to exhume Blood of Valakia to get his body to create vampires. These people were insane. The Nazis were absolutely bonkers.
Dude, they wanted to resurrect their leader from the freaking dead from what, half a century ago? I'm like, yeah, we can just make this guy who's beyond decayed. Yeah, we can just do that, man. And that's saying a lot for even in this world with the supernatural, and there's a slight fantasy slant to this book. All the horror, all the religious stuff, you're telling me, yeah, we're gonna just bring this guy who's beyond decayed. Yeah, Good luck, bro. Good freaking luck, man. Also, by the way, guys, um, there's a statue, and if you look at it, it's like hard, but it's not hard.
He just
Oh man! Of course, there's a statue of a naked man, and it's hard. Oh,
Oh man.
sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Okay. If you noticed, during this comic, they dispose of most of the Nazis.
Yes,
Most
they
of the
made good
Nazis are
work of
dead.
them. They made good work of them. Real
But
good work.
none of those Nazis were killed by the heroes.
No, none, not a single one.
One transformed into a monster.
Uh huh.
The other were killed by Rasputin. So the bad guys were killed by the bad guy because the bad guy doesn't give a shit about what's really going on the human world.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to bring a new age for the mystical world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the overarching plot of Hellboy. And that's the part that maybe the first volume didn't went too hard, because yeah, it talks about Ogru Yahad and everything, and it sets up some of the things. It doesn't go deep into the mythology of Ogru Yahad or everything that's here. It goes. Here you have a whole exposition. One of the issues is a whole exposition about what's going on with Ogru Yahad, what's the past, what's going on with the gods, that are conspiring to bring a new era of mysticism in the world. I will say if these first two volumes are the best introduction to Hellboy because they don't go hard into the mythology, but they still present you with a lot, and it's really interesting the way that they manage, especially the Nazi forces, because there's some infighting, there's some saltiness going on.
But there's
That
also
gets
team bickering, which kind of comes
yeah,
naturally with the territory of, even if it's not like a feud, it's just, team members giving each other shit. Looking at you, Star Wars sequel trilogy, not everyone is nice to each other 900% of the freaking time.
yep.
It
But
doesn't mean that they have to be in conflict. It's just people give each other crap.
yeah, that works because at the end they remove all that and they leave you only with the main plot.
Yeah.
They kill the Nazis. Well, one of the Nazis is still a monster that they need to dispose later, but that will happen later. No, don't worry about that. But the whole plot of they trying to reestablish the Third Reich and everything is dead with them. They blew up. Know what? They have been telling you all the time from the story on the Cavendishes, on that mansion, right? They were trying to tell you what's really Hellboy about, and now you will find out. When you go to volume 3, the stakes are higher, everything is unraveling, and what's coming is really worth it. So yeah, maybe you got a bit into this plot of having Rasputin working with the Nazis, everything. That's it.
I
It's just
like
starting.
I like with this story that even though, yes, there is stuff that's building up, you still get a complete story within the story. It is still like, if you're someone who this is your first story, and maybe it's the only one you can get into, you're not going to lose out being someone who'd be like, oh, crud, I only can, I'm going to really, is this going to be like go against me starting at the second volume? No, it's not. The humor, by the way, in this book is outstanding. It's nothing that's gonna be like rolling on the floor laughing, but what's a quick, funny, sassy type of comments. Comments that are a little bit clapbackish. And then there's lines where it's kind of like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there. Like, obviously, one whole was point is like, I took a little time off, and from what I hear, you can use a vacation here first, and then Hellboy said, fighting monsters, how I keep my girlish figure. So I thought, okay, I see, that's good. Yeah. There's a
There's a
bunch of
huge
that type of
comparison.
dialogue through this entire series.
Look at the Del Toro movies and look at this, and Hellboy is not really quipping. He has snarky remarks, but he's not quipping. He's not the funny guy. What happens around him sometimes is funny, like the jetpack not working. That is funny as hell, because the guy
Oh,
is ready to go, everything, and then he just plummets through the roof.
yeah.
Stealthy, not so much. Effective, yeah, kind of. But here is funny.
Hilarious,
Yeah.
dude. I was dying.
You have the whole serious conversation about how he's going to get into the mansion and how he's going to deal with all this. Is a secret mission. He needs to stay low. He needs to do things fast, quick, and easy. And he just plummets through the roof.
Dude, it was freaking hilarious that happened. I was like, oh, okay. So he just made a big old grand entrance. That is hilarious. And Depot 101 with a $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, sir. He said, posted some memes and stuff to X, going to be reading G.I. Joe to get caught for the Dreadnought War and the rest of the Energon universe that I need to read too. Have some fun and pizza. Rest in peace, Clobby. Yes, of course. Always, 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 always. And you know what? I'll tell you what, man. Speaking of Dreadnought War, I'm going to begin myself really quickly. This was badass. This was seriously badass. I'm going to read it again soon. But, dude, it was freaking awesome, this first issue of the 5-issue arc. the Dreadnoks are involved, and it feels like we're on a big epic chase scene, and I'm really excited. The second issue is already next week. Yeah, because they're doing twice monthly. I don't know if it's for the foreseeable future going forward or for this arc, but regardless, I'm enjoying it, and I'm liking that we get Tom Riley from Duke back on the art as well. You're gonna have a good time with number 13, man. Get on it because number 14 hits this week, and that's gonna be one to read and talk about. And before we talk more about the story, we're gonna highlight some good old memes from our bud Deeple here because
Nick, did you hear
why
about
not?
did you hear though talking to the Transformers guy about doing an animated series based on the comic book run?
I did
Are
hear
you
about
serious?
that. I did
Yep.
hear about that, and
I mean,
color me curious. We'll see how that we'll see how that goes. Okay, so
Right.
Deeple, if anyone's interested in a good manga, I recommend something I can't pronounce. Also for a manhwa, I recommend The Breaker, he says. Okay.
uh,
As he shows
this
that
art,
off.
this art kind of reminds me, and I will recommend the hell out of Claymore. If you want a good manga, sadly the anime goes up to the beginning of the manga, just the first arc of the manga, so you don't get the whole backstory of the government experiments and everything.
Uh-huh.
But Claymore, big titty women going naked, fighting with giant ass swords, with goddamn crazy monsters. You cannot go wrong. Read
Mhm.
Claymore.
Okay. You heard it here, guys. Claymore, he says, with
Oh,
ladies.
dear God. Oh,
Kids
dear.
these days with their fancy Fortnite skins will never know the joy of seeing Mario inexplicably dressed like a freaking flying raccoon for the first time. Dude, right? Man, games were my jam for real. And then Mutiny. That's good.
What's Ayawa's favorite drink?
Oh, I don't. I
Martini.
Oh, that's good. Come on, man. I made us all wear blue shirts. We're safe. Oh, dude. I actually slightly understand that even. Well done. Some
Fun fact,
40K
to
memes
read
and
the
a
series,
yeah.
not as many red shirts as you will think die. Even a yellow shirt and a blue shirt die during the original series.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, people just took the meme because, well, it's funny that way.
Okay. Well, not
Red
too
means
hard.
engineering, I think. If I'm not wrong, if somebody is better with Star Trek canon that but I think red just only means you are part of the engineering team.
So what? Engineering sacrificial? I don't get it.
All right.
Yes.
I'm not going to even try to pronounce this, but it looks like he's trying to do like a Jim Ross. Rah, 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 I'm gonna stay out there.
Yeah,
And then
Emperor. It's Ferris Manus with the steel chair.
okay.
Emperor!
Yeah, I
It's
thought it
Ferris
was like
Manus.
doing like Jim Ross mumbo jumbo. And then
No.
remember, children, AI is tech heresy and blasphemous to the Omnissiah. I don't understand, but it sounds like these guys do.
Deep lore, deep Warhammer lore.
And this is more lore I don't understand, but it sounds like you guys may understand this about a cuck
Oh
chair.
no, that's a joke about gay shit. Yaoi or
Oh,
yeah.
whoa.
It means
Oh,
boy
man.
love.
Okay. Cool.
You have Yaoi, that is romance between males. You have Yuri, that is romance between girls. And then you have normal stuff.
What the hell?
Out of late, there's not many normal stuff.
I'm glad I didn't giggle at that because I didn't
Roll
know.
Tide, Keely. Roll Tide. Hey,
Nice picture,
hey.
buddy. Nice profile.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's carry on. So I can
recognize
answer
everyone.
this. I don't know if Common can, but I know I can. I did this really quickly on I think yesterday, and I'll just answer it really quickly because we got a few more to get to, and we also got a Hellboy book to talk more about. But Zaylen, Bloodroof, Horseman, Salvage. Common, do you have 4 you want to do for $100?
I can't remember the guys from the Northfrica's name, but the lightning blue dude.
Okay.
I'm going Yaira. And then what? I'm actually going. What's her face? The Ingrid.
Ingrid Valdez. Okay.
And then
And
I
then what
gotta
about
go.
the last one?
I gotta go with the redhead.
Ah.
Nobody's going with Blue
Notice
Bro.
how he chose 3 women and only 1 man.
Well, I mean,
Only
at this point,
one.
I mean, once I got Homeboy on my side, I'm not really worried about anybody else, and the rest of it, I'm just like stacking. up
Also,
the
if
hot
they
chicks.
fail, somebody has to repopulate.
Thank you, Pablo. I like the way you think, brother. I like. Oh,
Anyways,
I'm with you, Pablo. I'm with you.
Depot with the
Harem's for
last
future.
4. Which of these 3 comic stories do you think would be best to give as a gift for a comic normie? Also, Nick, do you need to get the last one, Solemn by Dolph Lundgren? We'll find out when I get to that one. See, I'm not familiar with Firefly, so I couldn't tell you if they are normie friendly.
I wish you didn't do
But
anything
as
on
far
Thursday
as
night.
stories, that'd be good for no. The Last Ronin TMNT is a great one. If you want to go by recent stories, TMNT The Last Ronin is a great one. If you want to go for something fairly popular, if it's someone who's into more indie type of comics, you could probably do really well with Nemesis or Huck. If they're doing it based off of something that they know and like, let's just say like a Flash Gordon. Honestly, the current Flash Gordon is killer. Or Conan. Seriously, Conan. If you someone knows into sword and sorcery, Conan is a great way to go. Or of course the Energon universe. Or if you want to get them, if they're into indie stuff and want to look into something new, well, there's always the Rippaverse. I mean, dude, right off the bat, that's an easy one. If you want to go something big 2,
Story.
if you want to do big 2, we'll say that again, Common.
Oh, I was gonna say Isom's actually a really good intro story.
I agree. Especially
really
Isom 3 really brought it home.
Yeah.
Like really
Oh,
brought it
yeah.
home. Really brought it home.
I know that Conan is supposed to be read on order. But if you want to get to the new Conan, I will recommend The Frost Giant's Daughter.
Oh, that version of that story is amazing.
It's a clean introduction to Conan.
Sick. And that's saying a lot because he had in between him Roberto De La Torre. If you want to do a big 2, I mean, this is gonna be easy for me. Daredevil Born Again. I know it's obvious as obvious. Otherwise, if you want to do something that's not as obvious, you could do something from probably the first trade, Back in Black, from the Charles Soule run. That way he could see Blind Spot, who is a apprentice of his, and that's where he had the black suit temporarily. If you're going to go DC, I mean, God, I don't know if there's trades of it out there, but I would strongly suggest anything from the Jeff Johns Green Lantern, and I'm trying to be outside of Batman here, or do Superman. If you want to do Superman, I mean, once again, we're talking normie here. They're probably not going to be enamored by older art. So if I had to do a recent Superman, Tomasi and Gleason. But if it was up to me, and I think the perfect balance between recent and also heartfelt, Super Sons, Peter Tomasi. That Super Sons run from Peter Tomasi, it was ace. So, and it's got younger kids.
If the person that you want to get into comics likes old school art, O'Neill, the question. And I will tell you why. You get great Batman, you get a great Green Arrow, and you get absolutely incredible storytelling and art. So you get a different point of view of the Marvel, of the DC superheroes. But also you get something that is so self-contained that you don't need to know much about DC. And DC, especially if you go 2005 to 2020, you need a lot of knowledge of what's canon on at least New 52 and some of the other reboots.
Green Lantern, you could jump in called the Jeff Johns run. You could jump into Green Lantern. I will say that one can go on dry, but I just now looked at his second, third photos, Pablo, and I think he was basing it off these 2 photos, this and Death of Superman. I mean, for me, this is gonna be easy. I'm gonna say Fantastic Four, Lee and Kirby. No, I like
yeah.
Dan Jurgens. I do like certain stuff of his on Superman. I'm not as wild about that arc as others are. I know it's got its fans, genuinely speaking. And once again, I respect Dan Jurgens. He created one of my favorite DC characters ever, Booster Gold, bros. Booster Gold. So of course, I've got respect for the man, but there's way better Superman out there. Far from definitive, in my opinion. So I'm going to say for this Fantastic Four, Lee and Kirby. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if the art style will resonate since it's of older nature. If it's someone who's seasoned in their age, I could see them really resonating with Fantastic Four. If they just care about the story, Fantastic Four, because it's filled with so much more infinite adventurism and wonder. There's just so much more wholesomeness, more family bickering, more action, more drama. The art, in my opinion, is just way better. Sorry, Dan. And
Benny
the
Bananas.
introduction of many key Marvel characters lies alone in the Lee Kirby Fantastic Four run. A lot of the all-time great cosmic characters come
Adam
from that
Warlock,
series. Silver
uh,
Surfer,
Silver
yeah,
Surfer. Yeah.
Thanos debuted in Iron Man book, but he became prominent, later on. But all I'm trying to get at is you want Fantastic Four. It ain't even close. And then he says something about Dolph Lundgren. How to Live with a Huge Wang by Michelle Obama. Oh man, people.
There's so many people saying that no, Japan has a first man, a first gentleman, and everything. The US had one for 8 years.
Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
He just used lady clothing.
Lady clothing, they say, huh? Lady
Allegedly.
clothing. All right, let's keep going on with this one. So, I'm not as much of an expert, but what I liked about delving into this series, and probably can take it or comment, I don't care. There's
Right.
really no structure for this one. We're just kind of going with it.
Works for
I
me.
love the flow of the action, and I love
yeah.
Hellboy's quips during the action. I also realized too, he likes to make quick work of his enemies. He's not there to fiddle around, dance around. He's not pulling punches. He's there. He knows, like, if I don't do something, it's kill or be killed. And he's in for the fight of his life each and every time he goes into one of these. And this fight it's a quick one, but a brutal one. And then I love how he gives his opponent a taste of his own medicine. See? Hurts. Doesn't. I freaking laughed my ass off at this. I was like, oh, dude, this is hilarious.
I'm sitting next to my wife reading these on the laptop, and I literally laughed out loud when he did that. I was like, see, hurts, doesn't it? Whack. I loved that. So that's one of my favorite parts with these comics is those quips, those clips, those one-liners in there. It's so much fun, man.
But it's not overused.
No.
Current day comics, you have a quip for everything.
Yeah.
Here,
And you don't want that.
you have Hellboy just doing the right amount, just being sassy enough, but
Yes.
you can respect the character.
Oh.
No, you cannot respect characters. And yeah, the whole story about Rasputin, dude,
is really good.
this reveal is up. And these are the post moments. Normally, on this kind of comics, you get a lot of action followed by more action. You have a whole issue of just breather, of just something that you needed to know that is not kaboom, and it feels good.
Well, and that's one of the things I like about a lot of the Hellboy comics too, is because there's so much tie into a lot of the lore. And I like that they use kind of like the Stan Lee kind of style of referencing old things. And like they'll give you the issue and tell you, hey, if you want to know more about this story, this is what we're referencing down here at the bottom. Or there's like a couple of really cool poems and stories that they specifically reference throughout it too, which are beautiful poetry as well. But they'll tell you exactly what they're for too. And I love the way they do all of that too. The format is just fabulous for that. But the story, but like I said, Pablo, having all the backstory in there, I love that because I love the lore. That's what I was trying to get to. I love the lore of Hellboy and of the universe, and when we get to find more out about it, like Rasputin's backstory, where they're talking about here, or like he thought the change he was supposed to do was political, right? And then that didn't work out for him, and it took his death in order for him to find out what his real purpose was really going to be out there. And so yeah, I love all that. And it's nice not to have to like some of the Fantastic Four stuff that we just read last week was great, and the art's gorgeous and stuff like that. But yeah, we went through like 6 pages of action scenes, like almost back to back in some sections, and that's fine and dandy. But to me, it feels like you didn't have enough story to fit in there, and you're just you're spending. It's like that scene in a television show where they're getting out of the car and they're walking up to the house, and they're basically just talking about nonsense, right? The stuff they're talking about really doesn't add to the story. It's just essentially filler because you're trying to fit a 45-minute thing and stuff like that. It almost feels like that sometimes. And yeah, don't get me wrong, those panels are gorgeous. The art is fabulous in them, but I like I'm reading a comic, I want something to read. And the Hellboy does that very well without it being a paragraph and a half on every single little square too. You know what I mean? You're not reading a giant, massive speech, because you do see it overdone in other comics, and Hellboy balances it out really well. And I also love like all of this kind of like the mystical, all the fantasy, the demons, and like all
blending in with the historical, and it doesn't all feel all like a bunch of like mixed up ingredients. It all feels like it flows very naturally in the story. It doesn't feel out of place, even though you're throwing in Rasputin, the Nazis, and Himmler. Like, it's like, wow, this actually all fits really well together. And then, the try and plan of the resurrection.
And that shows you how smart the author was too, because he even references like actual historical, like parapsychological investigators and stuff, right? Like there's a lot of, like, obviously there's a fantasy world built on top of the actual real world history, but they're very accurate. They're not like whimsy flimsy. Like they'll tell you if they're referring to like a real person.
Yeah, as I say,
that's fun. I love that. That shows you how smart and, I guess, well versed in the world that the author is, which you don't get that with a lot of authors. They write what they know. This guy knows a lot. You can tell when an author writes what they know and they don't know a lot.
Yeah, it's exactly that. As I said, they try to exhume the body of Vlad of Wallachia, of real Count Dracula. Yeah. Those are so if you are talking about the Nazis and mysticism, you don't need to go extra hard. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just read what the shit were they doing.
That's the stuff that they actually did. You don't have to make things up. The creepy stuff that they were into is more than enough to base it all on. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I want to acknowledge this comment. We'll continue the conversation because I feel like it's worthy of acknowledging for our buddy Stephen M. Kell. I still have the original Death and Return of Superman trade paperbacks. Although it was clearly a gimmick, I actually enjoyed that story arc and it made me appreciate the character again. Hey, it's not lost on me how many genuine Superman fans like it. I am not surprised at that, and I've met them, talked to them many times, and I'm glad that they enjoy it. It's just one of those things where it just never gave me the same resonation. I'm not wild about Doomsday, but I don't really have any dislike for the character. He's great for action scenes, but not much else. To me, he's the Carnage of Superman. He's great for the action, but not much else. But I get why it resonates. I do get why it resonates. And I'm glad people resonate with that Superman story. And I have heard stuff along the lines of what you said. So I get it, man.
Nintendo game
I get it.
Better than the comic.
No, is it? I've never played the game. Never played the game.
If you want to get into the Death of Superman, because it's really easy to play and is better pacing of story, I will recommend first play the game. I'm not even joking. First play the game.
No, I believe you're serious. I want to talk about another thing. I know we
love this
covered
guy.
into it
Yeah.
with the dude, this guy is oddly kind
I
of
love this
funny.
guy. I love this guy.
With the first volume and now a second volume, the weaving of the religious aspect of the story, it feels very natural. It doesn't feel like if you're someone who, let's just say, maybe you're a non-believer or you could be something else. I don't know, a Buddhist. I don't know. And you're getting to a story. I can feel like that type of reader could still resonate with this type of story because it feels so seamless. It's just so natural. And the elements of the religion work so well for this character. And if you're someone who is a Christian or a Catholic, you're obviously going to resonate with the story so much more. It's going to hit for you on a whole other level. And that's cool because it's like, wow, you can show how those elements can be brought into a story and it doesn't feel like you're just getting the other side version of the message. You're just getting a comic book and it just happens to be there, kind of like with Daredevil or like our friends the Sasuke sisters with Bloodruth. These things can work. You can have the most extremist stories, whether it's horror or the supernatural or a crime drama, and you can factor in the religious aspects of these stories, and they all work.
Well, and the nice part is
All of it.
I don't know what his like religious background is, obviously, by any means. I haven't looked into it. That's not something I really care. Like it's not something I ever worry about. But it's one of them situations where like the cool part about like especially like the Christian elements in it is the ones he uses are the ones that everybody knows, right? The ones that have like permeated the culture. They talk about like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They talk about a lot of that other kind of stuff. And that's one of the nice parts about that is it's like Christianity, the theology and the religion is dominated like pop culture to such an extent that it's like, all of these stories, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, a lot of Revelation, even if you've never even read the book yourself. You know what I mean? And that's one of the fun parts about this is you can easily pull this stuff into it and it's very palatable. Everybody knows what demons and vampires are and what the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and what Revelation is and what Ragnarok's supposed to be. We've had enough of those pop culture kind of stories and he does that very, very well, blending those elements in and bringing them up. And I think that's one of the nice parts about it. Cause like I said, he's not out there quoting scripture in verse out here. He's not specifically referring to like the resurrection and stuff. He's going, hey, everybody knows who the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are, right? Like, death, everybody knows he comes on a pale horse, right? Like everybody knows that. Everybody knows that stuff. So
yeah,
and that's one of the fun. I think it's one of the things I love about these kind of stories is when you can blend that really well together. And that's one of the things I love about Hellboy just in general. I can't recommend these.
Yeah, it weaves a lot of other mythologies into Catholicism. Yes. And Hellboy is basically a Catholic. Even though he's a demon,
I kind of figured he was.
Well, his father
was.
Yeah, his father was a Catholic and he raised him as Catholic. And because of that, a lot of different legends from different parts of the world are weaved into Catholic scripture. And that's the fun part because, the Ragnarok, well, it's just the apocalypse. So you need to have the horsemen to herald the apocalypse, the Ragnarok. Yeah. It's the same. It's just different views of this event that is going to happen, right? And everything feels so cohesive, so natural. Because, Catholics don't have lamias, really.
Right.
But here is a character that you feel like it belongs.
Well, and he brings in Greek mythology too, because we have Hector in this one, right? Yep. They have Hector in this one too, who was cast out, and they explain her backstory in this too. So even if you don't know, that's the other nice part about these two. Even if you don't know who these characters are, if you haven't read Greek mythology, because Hector's kind of you have to know a fair amount about Greek mythology to kind of know her story and kind of know what happened to her, right? She's not Hercules, it's not Zeus and Aphrodite and things like that. But they don't go crazy. We don't spend 3 pages on Hector's backstory. You know what I mean? No. They give you just enough. They show you a little scene. And I think this is actually, this is it, right? Yep. Although this is for a different one. This is for Homeboy getting his son back. But that's it. Yeah, that's one of the
And
things.
not
We go to
just
the
his
vampire
son,
stuff.
his naked
Blah.
son. Speaking of clips,
I saw you strip down for that hot tub.
His dick's not small.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man. Thanks.
I like how you get the Sydney Sweeney clip in there too.
you could thank Mark D with a C for
shout
that.
out.
That
That's
genius of a
euphoria.
man. When he added the Sydney Sweeney part, I was like, wow, that really adds a whole other layer to that.
Oh, that is great. But yeah, so there's a lot of blending of the different mythologies, and he does it really well and gives you that just enough of the story you need to know who this character is and everything else and kind of go with it. And yeah, this guy was the guy I was referencing at the beginning. We were talking about this is the dead guy that Hellboy always has to have an interaction with some smart ass dead guy.
He's a vampire.
And I love this dude too, because he's so cranky. He's so salty. He's like, I tried to warn him. Nobody would listen to me. I tried to tell him not to go there, not to go to Germany, not to mess with those damn Nazis. And now look like he's been gone. And they always forget to feed me. And I've been sitting here and I'm riding a corpse and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, I just love that. It reminds me of the guy that in the last one we read where he digs him up he's got him on just the rope, the guy that was hanged and he's carried him around on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me exactly of that guy. And just like that guy was a douchebag and tried to end up betraying him, this guy ends up stabbing him in the fucking back, quite literally. But I love him. I love this character. And I love how it seems like there's always this character and you need this. I love that. It's a thing of the Hellboy comics. You got your dead guy that's an absolute cranky old smartass and everybody can relate. You're like, I love this guy. I mean, he's still a monster, so we still got to kill him, but you still got to love him. So,
Man, I'm glad that you remember Hellboy the Corpse. I'm just going to say that because that's one of, I will say maybe top 3 of the one shots for Hellboy, because it just explains everything that you need to know about extra lore without wasting a single page.
One of my favorite moments is when he gets stabbed directly in the back of his shoulder and he actually says, I deserve that for feeling sorry for your wrinkle butt. Won't happen again. Dude. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And then he takes the candle. Dude, I was like, bro, I am liking the brutality here. Even though it's through a skeleton, it's still great to see. It's like,
in other comics, this will take at least 2 pages.
Yeah.
They solve it in 3 panels.
Yeah, 3 smaller panels, more intimate panels. Yeah,
like,
I love it.
I should have suspected this. I probably planned on killing you the entire time anyway. Here's some candles to the face. And he's a vampire monster too, because they kind of already established that earlier that would work. On him, because that's what they did with that's what the Nazis, that's what Hitler did to Dracula's brides, which I love that they incorporated the brides too. Like, because that's something that's kind of more pop culture versus like some of the other original stuff out there. So I love that they incorporated the brides too, and all 6 of them too.
Yeah,
Vlad had himself a nice little harem going of the undead.
Vlad Dracul actually had one.
Color me shocked.
Well, one day we need to talk about the whole story with Vlad Dracul, because he had power over Valakia, I think 3 times. He got deposed 3 times, and his whole deal was he got molested as a child while he was a prisoner, so he wanted revenge.
Can we acknowledge that even after Hellboy burned that thing, he still walked around with that thing with
the sword, with the knife and stuck in his back? He's just like whatever. It's a flesh wound.
No big deal. Right. I'm just gonna walk around with this thing. I ain't gonna make an attempt.
And we got another one of our Greek mythology characters there too now.
Yeah.
Thessaly.
I didn't look at the
the Thessalies, because they use the original name, but they're essentially harpies.
Okay.
But they use the original name for I think they use like the original Greek name for it.
Okay.
And or maybe it might be Roman. I can't remember. But either way, it's funny too because I love the backstory they give for them here too. According to Greek folklore, women with the power to draw down the moon to transform themselves into monstrous birds and animals they have known, to eat corpses and excrement, and possess insatiable sexual appetites. The witches of Thessaly, which became the Harpies. Yeah. Like that's just and ooh, and that's Greek mythology for you. So yeah, ew and ooh. So yeah.
Have you ever seen that meme of how to resume Greek mythology?
No, I haven't, Pablo.
Norse mythology, and then Loki had an idea. Yeah, basically everything in Greek mythology is Zeus bangs somebody.
Yeah,
in Norse mythology,
I will
Loki
not
talks
be
about
food
something
for
funny.
bird women. Dude, he assumed those birds as gender.
He did. And
did.
it's because he knows. He did.
He
And I
must
love how he's an
know
equal
something.
opportunist. Well, and I love how he's an equal opportunist, though. He knows they're women and he treats them equally. He blasts them in the face just like he would any other monster. And then I love how his technology is always going wrong, too, in this as well. His jetpack didn't work. Click, click, click. Upgrade my ass. Smashes through the wall. And then his gun. Same thing. His gun jams on him. His giant pistol revolver jams on him. He's like, screw this. Just give me something I can bash him with. And he grabs the giant sword or whatever it was that he starts whacking the guy with.
Oh, you will love when he gets his sword.
Oh, I bet.
So I really like the art style too. Once again, Mike Mignola. I really like it's one of those styles where it's a unique style. It's not something that would work with every book, and it's something that is uniquely, exclusively awesome for Hellboy. I know he still does some variant covers for other books, like to this day. But as far as interiors go, like this really suits this book. There's a simpleness to it, and it's more of like the art drives the story, and I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. I really appreciate that element of it. It doesn't try to get all show offy. Don't get me wrong. I love when art shows off. I love it. Like I could live in it. I can straight up, like I could splooge to it. Basically, I know I just got really revealing that, but it's true. It's true. What's up, Zakarot? By the way, and this one just lets everything lead. So obviously, it helps that he's writing and drawing, so he knows what he's leading with. But I really enjoy the simple stuff. It makes me wonder if like guys like Goran Parlov was like a big fan of Mike Mignola, because I really like Goran Parlov, who obviously did Starlight. I feel like those guys definitely have that style where it's more of the simple nature of storytelling, and I really enjoy it.
Dude, look at all this Kirby Crackle.
He doesn't have many different colors, but the colors he has works. There's not that it's not broad, but it's fine. It doesn't need to be broad.
Well, and it's one of those things. It's like you were saying, Nick. I love this art for Hellboy. What I want to see Superman or Green or Batman. Well, Batman might actually work drawn.
Batman may work.
But what I want to see Superman drawn like this, no. But it works perfectly for Hellboy because you look at the art and you automatically know what you're getting into. This is a horror novel, right?
Yeah, look
you know
at
what
this.
I mean? And then you know exactly. And then now we've got Baba Yaga.
The tones are not too dark. Are actually kind of pastel tones, but with the shadows, it feels ominous. It feels really, really dark, really obscure. But the colors are not, other than the black on the shadows, they are actually not that dark. It's more a pastel palette. Even with Rasputin, his face and everything, this is a nice blue. It's not a menacing blue. It's not a terrifying blue. It's just a blue that you will see on my wall.
Yeah,
right. But it's also not giving you like this bright, happy feel either. You know these are dark. Like like those blues are used to make Rasputin appear dead. Creepy, weird. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you have to use all this darks and stuff like this, but it's definitely not like you say in pastel colors, and it's like, but it's not. This ain't Easter. You know what I mean? This is definitely not Easter.
Normally, this will be a red scene. Why? Because it's about death. It's about somebody turning into a demon.
Yeah.
Here
And he chooses
it's,
blue.
it's blue.
Yeah. I
So
like that a lot.
it goes against the normal concepts for comics on how you present things. But Magnolia uses the shadows in so much detail, in a so superb way that you feel it. It gives you intensity in something that normally you will not even feel anything.
Well, it seems like he's one of those artists that, like you said, he knows how to use his shadows. He's one of those guys that can almost draw in reverse. You know what I mean? It's like he
Yeah.
starts out on a black paper and adds color. You know, and that's kind of how that's almost seems like how some of his art is done. And
Look at this
it's
expression.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a human. You should feel like it's a human, but at the same time, she's having a conversation with Rasputin on the middle of nowhere, looking at the down, and she looks so horrendous.
yeah, he
And
looks like a monster.
what's going to happen next? Her transformation
Oh
fits
God,
into
yeah.
everything. So yeah, it's a moment of the day where vampires die, where everything that is dark die, but it's the moment of transformation for this monster.
We also mentioned, and it's something I have uploaded on my screen. I'm going to show off, like the way, like it kind of reminds me of like movie shots here, where you have symbolic imagery that stands out. It's like sometimes people don't always remember the moments of the movie, but they remember certain shots that stand out. It felt like there was a bit of a movie approach with some of these shots here, with the Rasputin shot, obviously the Jesus shot. I'm like, oh, I love he's doing the symbolism of the imagery, like iconic imagery, and people are like, oh yeah. I distinctly remember that part. I love when he goes for that there, because it makes me, once again, it feels like there's a movie storyboard equivalent he's going for here with this type of storytelling.
And the shadows
That's a very
emphasize.
that's a very iconic shot of Rasputin too. Like those pictures,
Yep.
all the pictures and stuff you see him in are always that straight from his face. So that one's really nice too, because it makes you, anybody that looks at that and knows the name of Rasputin is going to look at that and go, yeah, that's Rasputin.
Yeah, but somebody that doesn't know, or if you are not paying attention at the same time, because you have the crucifix next to it, it also looks a bit like Christ. And it's part of this whole thing. He's mixing a lot of emotions. He's trying to convey a lot of things just by using shadows, just by keeping his face hidden in a way that, unless you know the actual photographs on real life, you kind of get that sensation of, yeah, he's doing Christ. That's by design. Everything in this part is made in a way that you will feel like religion is mixed into this cult.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, go ahead, Cummins. Go ahead.
I just like that we get to find out Homeboy's powers too, because he's like the new guy on the team, and like, what's he get to do? He plays with mechanical things. He can move mechanical stuff. I thought that was
No, there's a team dynamic in here, but yet it's still the Hellboy book. Like it's the team stuff is more secondary, and once again, more the naked dudes, man. I mean, gosh, there's just
In the ass?
That's a homunculus, Nick. It's not a dude.
It's a dude called a homunculus.
Chained by the dick.
You gotta put something in his hole and you light his spark.
Dude, that one. And like I said, once again, I love all of this lore because this is all alchemist lore that's all being tied into all of this with all of the, it's an alchemist lab. Oh, what an awesome discovery. Oh my God, this is such a huge homunculus, because it is. Most homunculuses come in jars. They're like these little, like, size of like fairies and stuff. And it's like you've got this massive one here. So I love all of that. And the symmetry and it's all spot on for that too.
Yeah. And the iconography during this part is actually exactly what you will expect. Is the perfect being that is a mixture between a man and a woman holding the sun and the moon. Is uh, alchemic, proper iconography on the experiment that they are conducting, creating an homunculi that is supposed to be this creature that is almost a perfected version of a man.
It feels like these shots, or some of them, were so specific that it was like, if in case of a translation, I don't know Mignol's intentions, but maybe it's because his mind sees it from the perspective of a cartoon or a movie, but it feels like, or almost like, it's like a photo reference and say like, this is how we would translate into a silver screen or a small screen. If this were adapted, this is how it would look like. Because it feels like these are direct shots that would be lifted from it, and I respect that perspective, assuming that's what it is. Because if it is not, it is very coincidental.
And still, the movies, well, the Del Toro movies I love, but they
Yes.
are not proper Hellboy. And the other movies that try to make proper Hellboy, they suck. Even the new Netflix movie sucks.
Never seen it.
Nope.
Don't do it. It's not worth your time.
Life
Yeah,
is too
sorry.
short to give myself more disappointment. I've already done enough of that in recent times. I'm not gonna do it like on the go. To me, I just like, bro, I'm beyond fatigued. Beyond fatigued.
Just give Del Toro a chance with Hellboy in Hell, and that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even you can go with the whole plot of the King Arthur of Hellboy getting Excalibur and everything, and end with Hellboy in Hell, and that's it, because that's the proper
Pig
ending
suck.
for Hellboy.
I will say some
I love
some
pig
shots
suck.
here were pretty chilling too. That's another thing. There's definitely some like cold shivers up and down the spine type of moments, and some of this right here, I can hear the birds almost like croaking as it feels like from the crow, and then the
Yeah.
words I can hear them as if they're being said very slowly and very heavily with really dramatic composing music, and I'm just like, oh boy, this feels like this is about to get nasty. Like that, the way like these guys say these words, it feels like this is gonna be really dark, really quickly. So like some
Look,
of these pages was like almost unsettling in a way, and then closing with
look at the
"Forgive me
crucifix.
if you can." I'm like, damn.
The
Well, and he was telling
crucifix is highlighted intentionally. It's not just a
Yes.
piece of decoration. It needs to be there. It needs to remind you what's going on.
yeah. Well, and
Mhm.
it's one of those situations too. He's reminding him of their past and how it was before, and the priest is almost acting like, either I can handle it, which is arrogance, or I don't want to remember it. It really wasn't that bad. It couldn't possibly happen again, which is ignorance, and both of those are very bad things, especially for a priest. So it's like, it's one of those things like, and I think it's I don't know, I could be mistaken, but I think these scenes are supposed to be him showing that he's getting controlled by the guy again. The pigs suck versus the Nikki, forgive me if you can. Because I think that's what it is. He's starting to lose control because they mentioned that earlier, that the vampire is able to take over their minds and control them, and was able to control the townspeople and stuff like that. And that's why he sends his daughter and his grandchildren away because he doesn't want them to come under the influence of what Gretchen or Cricken, or I don't remember what they call him in this, something with a G. It was really hard to pronounce. But yeah, so that's one of the cool.
German.
Yeah, exactly. So I really enjoyed this scene too. It is very disturbing. It is very unsettling, and that's the point. That's what Hellboy's supposed to do for you.
So I want to highlight this one too. So okay, Mars, I like your comment because it's proof that the reader needs to believe the villains as much as the heroes, and it's said so clearly not to make you sympathize with the villains, but more so understand that these guys mean what they say and to
Oh yeah.
take seriously. They're not joking around. They're not playing around. They're not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're not half stepping it. These guys mean business. They are the real deal with the shit that they say. They are walking the walk as much as they are talking the talk, and you gotta pay attention. But probably my favorite moment in the book was when Hellboy gets the explosives going, and he's gonna blow this son of a bitch down. He's like, "You know what?
Oh yeah.
Try to work around this mission, and you know what? it's time to just burn this mother down. And you know what? Cowabunga it is. Cowabunga it freaking is. And seeing it all happen as it go, and then he sets a timer. It's like, all right, bro, pace yourself. You can do this. And of course, naturally, he has to have a fight on the way. Just when he thought he was out of the woodwork,
Oh yeah.
nah, you got some shit to deal with, bro. And it becomes luckily a badass action scene.
Yeah.
It moves quick too. Like it's one of those like within a few pages. And I like how they took this creature and they find ways to make her look, oh, is she trying to be seductive? But then a few pages later, like, oh no, you're not seductive at all. Stay away from me.
Well,
dude.
I love these moments too, because there's these moments of that they show Hellboy, he's really listening, he's paying attention, because this isn't the first time he's come up against this prophecy before, right? Of of people telling him what his purpose is, what he's supposed to do, what he's supposed to serve, what he's supposed to be born of. And I really like this too, because there's that moment where he's sitting there, he's listening, he's looking into her eyes, and she's giving her full backstory. And like he could shut this down at any point, but he listens. And so it's one of those things where Mike's really good about giving you that moment of going, is he considering it? Is he considering finally taking up the mantle? Is he gonna go ahead and do it? Right. And then that's how they end the page. That's how they end the page. And then you got to turn to the next page. And what's it do? Bam! No, I'm my own man. Piss off, bitch. And I love that. I absolutely love that about Hellboy every time. And there's another really good payoff later off that this scene goes to, and that leads off towards at the end. And so this is a good setup for what ends up coming at the end too, and how all of this concludes. So I love that a lot. Yeah. So yeah. Ew, nasty. I love it.
Dude, his banter during this, hilarious. Yeah. And just seeing him go now, boom, 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 and boom. Dude,
that line too, I love. Lady, I was gonna cut you some slack because you're a major mythological figure. Nope, not anymore.
It's almost like he has a weird like sense of respect for her because of like her status. Yeah. And he's like, okay, well, you had the sense. Well, now you're really pushing to provoke. Now you're gonna get it. I tried to play it nice, but you know what? Okay, you asked for it, so here we go.
Well, if you remember in other stories that we have read, Hellboy is kinda in the middle, and that's by design. That's his whole heritage. He's also a monster. Not only he's a force of God that is here to prevent something really, really bad. He's also a monster, and he sees monsters as equals. So he doesn't kill them unless he has to. That's why he feels for the vampire. That's why he hears the Lamia. That's why he's so how do I say this? He understands them because he is the same. But he has a mission to do. And if they are not willing to go back into whatever they are trying to do, then he will kill them. But if he can avoid killing them, well, he wasn't killed by his father. He got taken care, and he became a part of humanity. So maybe there's a way for all these other monsters. And that's a contemplation that Hellboy always has. But then the monsters show that they are pure monsters and they don't care about all these being part of a greater thing. So he just goes to town.
Yeah. Well, and that's the best part too. Is like, it's like beyond even like the actual like in lore kind of stuff. Like God gives Hellboy the greatest gift he could have given any creation: free will. Yes, you were born with the intent for you to do these horrible things and destroy the world and erase humanity and everything else. But I gave you free will. At the end of the day, it's still your choice. And he shows that so well. And I love that scene too, where he rips out her skeleton. I love that too. But when he rips off his horns and he's like, and I always love those scenes because that's when they'll get him. They'll power boost him up. You give him his horns, you give him his big giant flame, right? Make him go look all Ragnarok monsters. He's like, nope, piss off, and snaps
It's
those
a
damn
crone.
things off. Yeah. And just
the flame is a crown. He is
yeah, it's
crowned
his
as
crown.
the
It's his
king of
crown.
hell.
And he's like,
Yeah.
fuck. He's like, no, screw you. I don't want this. Snap, smash, shove it up your butt. I don't want this. And I love it. He does it because it happens several times. And I love those scenes where he does that. It's not overused at all, but it's so awesome to do it. And I always love the scenes because he always ends up getting blown up. And I'm always like, I love it too, because I'm like, Hellboy's fireproof. Fortunately enough, but this is gonna hurt. It doesn't matter if he's fireproof. This is still gonna hurt, man.
He has
We
a
saw
terrible
how
look.
many munitions they had down there. That thing was nuts.
Part of the joke on Hellboy is that his luck is absolutely the worst possible. He's competent beyond imagination. He's strong beyond imagination. He just has the worst luck ever.
Steve, hey, thanks for being here, man. Have a great night. Give Manny my best. Okay, bud. Thank you. Appreciate you, dude. Striking shot. My goodness. Right?
You just feel it. You can, I mean, like, you just look at that, you just go boom. Like, you just hear it.
And it's got everyone's attention. The people they work for, his team, they know. And then there's this moment, one of the last moments of brutality. And I felt this. I was like, dude, these people are twisted, man. They're twisted.
Well, and I love all the backstory that comes in here too with it being
the Iron Maiden.
Right? Yeah,
the Iron Maiden.
And it's Lady Bathory's Iron Maiden, right? This is the one she used to drain the virgins that she bathed in. And the Baba Yaga's like, I hope you put it to better use. The Baba Yaga hopes you put it to better use than Lady Bathory and just all of her, because all she ended up doing is getting walled into a closet. Now she's only pretty for rats and spiders. So I hope you do a much better job with it than this. And it's just like, he's like, hey, who's your loyalty to? Who's your master? And it's like, ooh, and she makes the choice and she goes in there and he's like, you'll be transformed. And he fulfills his prophecy on her. And ooh, yeah. Watching all that, when all the blood drains out the bottom and then it bleeds out her eyes and everything else. And you're like, oh yeah, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
Man.
I like how he's so nonchalant. Yeah, you just gotta go in there. You're gonna feel a little bit, but everything in a way is gonna work out. It's gonna be fun. I'm like,
you'll be reborn just like I was, the guy that's a ghost talking to you right now.
Oh, these people are crazy. And the bloodshed, and you could see, like, even though she's willing to do it, you could see that tears, like, oh fuck.
Yeah. She knows what's about to happen.
Shit. Damn it. And yeah, the shot only for you. And then
with the tits all hanging out too. Like I'm sure that's very intentional. Only for
absolutely.
Tits all hanging out. Yeah.
Of course. And once again, he just goes back to his little hideout like it's never even there. Yeah, dude. I was like, bro, this is wild. And our boys, he said, hey, he lived. He just got buried. I'm not buried, but he had some dirt on him. He had some scrap, but hey,
he's all right.
Our man lives to tell the tale. But I'm not going to get into the 5th issue because in case there are those out there who somehow have not read it, I want them to be convinced that they should read it. So all I'm going to say is, guys, you want to finish this series. It is great. It's 5 issues. There are collected editions of it that have been reprinted over the years. You want this story. You want this story a lot. Hellboy, Wake the Devil. It is great. If you're a traditional guy who want the single issues, I'm sure they're cheap on eBay. Maybe. I don't know. I've not looked into it. But this shot right here, Pablo, tell us about it.
Dude, this is one of the extra pages that you have between chapters. And even this goes hard because this is Hellboy crowned. And dude, it goes absolutely ham. I love the art. I love Hellboy. This is exactly what you need. If you don't understand the character, if you don't understand anything else, this art tells you everything that you need.
I would agree. It really is a great snapshot of what sums him up as a character. I agree. Strongly agree. No, it's a great shot. But yeah, Shoney's last great shot as it lays you on the cliffhanger as as he's literally hanging to a cliff of a freaking stick pole. We are what we are, and we have our paths to travel. Yours ends here. Goodbye. He expects to never see him again, but we know our boy. We always know he's got another ace up his sleeve. We always know that. Whole series for about $50 for the single. Holy.
Yeah, about $10 a piece.
Can you send me
And
the link,
that's
or
great.
you want to just share your screen? Can we take a look at these? I just want to see this.
Hold
Is
on, I'll show. Hold on,
nice.
That's a great price.
For the
so I
single
found
issues
a-
each, so
Dude,
well, no. Okay, so it's for the first one I found was a let's see here. The first one I found was a selection. All right, I shared my screen.
all right, let's embiggen you.
if you can get the 12 issues,
So
you
that
can
number
get-
one?
no.
Number one's $48.
Well, this one is. I don't know.
Number one, that's
$48.
$48. Okay.
That one is.
oh, but
this
that
one's got
one
a
is near
collection.
mint and is the first print, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to go for a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But you can get this one right here, which has got
Ooh.
near mint lot, Wake the Devil 1 through 5 for $50. Same thing. You got another 96 one. This one's got 7.5 out of 9, $60. So there's a few different options that aren't.
And of course, the collected edition is going to be much cheaper, and it is very easily
Right.
accessible. As you can see, 17, 16.50.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to finish this?
First issue.
Please do yourself a favor. Don't do it for me. Do it for you.
That's it. Yeah, so
Whether
there you go.
it's
This one's-
single, spend the money for the singles, or you can go for pre-owned for cheaper, or go for the trade. Either way, this is a story you gotta seek out. I wish Clobby were with us because I have a feeling he would have dug this. Obviously, maybe I'm wrong, but I have a thing with how he was with the first volume. I have a feeling he would have really dug this story. I have this weird feeling that he would have been like, okay, I thought it was gonna be okay going in. I can probably say it's like, normally if this came out today, I would have been a little fatigued from hearing about the 900th story about Yahtzees. But this story does it really well. And it does. And it goes after actual Yahtzees. Ones who deserve a mollywhopping and then some. Because we ain't going to argue dispute on that.
They're the really creepy weird ones too that were like digging up dead bodies and doing weird shit with that. So it's like you think Nazis are already bad enough. These are the creepy ones that were digging up dead bodies on top of all of the rest of the horrendous things they were doing. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah,
It's
Yahtzees are already shitty, and this just makes the other ones
And then
look
we had like
less shitty.
we had like necrophilia and demons and everything else on top of it. And you're like, no, these people are actually trying to end the world, not just
Dude,
dominate.
they were trying to transplant a head into a dead body, and they kind of had a
Well,
success.
they had their army of dead bodies. That was the cool part. That was on the 666. They had an army of dead bodies that they were resurrecting. They were making a whole little army of them.
Yeah, but the experiment of taking a live head into a dead body actually worked for a while.
Well,
not
they had
for
that
long.
one guy reanimated inside the jar, which that was funny too, because that caused all kinds of problems. Rasputin was pissed about that.
Oh no, I mean
can't
in
believe
real
he brought
life.
that asshole back. Oh, that's
Not
really
in real life. They did that. They took
I
the
think they
head
got
of
the
a
body
guy,
moved,
put
though.
it on a dead body, and the dead body worked for a minute.
Oh well, yeah, but you can do the same thing with a dead chicken in the cutting their head.
Yeah, but the fact is that they were doing these experiments to try to resurrect the dead, so
Well,
they
yeah.
could have immortal soldiers.
They've been trying to do that shit forever. I mean, come on, the Soviets tried to mix gorillas and humans. So,
Yeah.
So,
war does strange
last week,
yeah.
I saw Predator Badlands at the theater. I'll put it this
Sorry
way.
about
We're
that.
not going to talk about the movie. I'm just going to say I was not wild about it. But I'm a man of silver linings. I thought to myself, wow, I really love Predator. I love Predator 2. I've never actually seen 3 and 4 and 5, aka Predators, The Predator, Prey. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, the predatory shit, Prey. I enjoy it a lot, to be honest. But that's a me thing. It's not that the movie is good.
That's
Is
like
that
me liking Black Adam. Yeah, no, I get
dude?
that, yeah.
There's movies that I know they are bad, but Blue Beetle, I enjoy that movie a lot. I will watch it any day. Morbius is a fucking funny movie. I know it's shit. But I will watch Morbius any day. Van Helsing. Van Helsing is
yeah.
a terrible
That's
movie.
good.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the shit out
I
of
like
it.
Van
You
Helsing
hush.
too.
Van Helsing's great. You hush.
So I have seen a lot, and yet there's a lot I haven't seen. But I'm like, you know what? I've actually always been curious about some of the comics. I saw some collected
Okay.
editions. Well, I would like some of them. I don't have the money exactly for them right now, so I'm like, no, I want to get something because I feel like I need a palate cleanser, and I haven't read it yet. But I found this one shot called Predator Captive, and I'm like, this looks
I know
pretty
what.
freaking cool. So I'm gonna make sure next Saturday when we talk about ASM and F4, I'm gonna have a news report on Predator Captive. And
There you go. That's the Dark Horse era.
yeah, it's Dark
Oh, there
Horse.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's a
some
great
I can't
era.
wait to
art
read it.
fucking
I can't
movies.
wait to read it. I'm excited. I'm gonna be all over this
What
thing.
year is it from, Nick?
Huh?
What
It
year?
looks like it's the 90s. Let me look up
Yeah.
online because I actually did not look up. I was just like,
Oh,
you
I
look
might say on the-
cool.
sometimes they say on the
6 to
cover.
98, because they were doing also the Alien comics, and you had a great run
May
for
1998. It
Oh, yeah.
was,
See,
and
it's a
it
good
looks
time.
like it
It's a
was
good
a
time.
one
It's safe.
shot. Yeah, it is a one shot. It's a one
Oh,
shot.
cool.
So I get to slip and slide. I get to get in,
Giggity.
get out with this one. So,
Giggity.
and if I
Dude,
like it, I'll have
yeah.
more stuff to look into. But I was like, I'm actually want to like give some looking into these Predator comics, and who knows, maybe there'll be a story we'll cover down the line on Clobby's Comic Shop about Predator. We'll see. That just a thought, guys. Just a thought. Predator 2 was wild. Saw in the movie theater. Everyone had a good. Dude, it is a freaking great time of a movie. I'm glad it wasn't because of Prey or the Predators or obviously Predator Badlands. But I noticed probably around like the 2010s when I started seeing appreciation started coming around for Predator 2. I was happy because I'm like, good. I always loved it. I'm glad it's getting its due now. Now it's just gonna get extra due because of a lot of what's followed. But that's fine because it was always great, always was, always will be. Yeah, following up Predator was lightning in a bottle. Impossible task. But is it a great movie on its own merits? Yeah, damn right it is, man. It's a fun freaking time. And it's one I still need to do for a Toxic Tuesday. That's an idea. Oh boy, so good. Danny Glover, man. It's a
moment,
freaking
man.
fun time.
There's a moment on Predator 1 that they have been trying to recapture and is almost impossible. When the Predator is defeated and he sets the bomb and he just starts laughing.
Yeah.
That scene, for me, is the best scene of the movie. There's a lot of great scenes, but that scene, you can feel the spite. You can feel everything that the Predator is feeling. And you kind of understand it. You are still rooting
Bastard.
for the hero. But goddamn, that moment of the Predator just be willing to take out everything just because he wants that kill. It's not
Yeah.
about surviving. He just wants that kill. Man. Predator 1 is an
Oh, dude, it's a
absolutely
masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a masterpiece. It ain't even up for dispute. There's no like, it's a fun movie, but it's not a great movie. Bullshit.
Yeah, you're a liar if you say that. You're a liar if you
Fuck off with that. It is a masterpiece of a movie. It's got one of the greatest casts of all time. It's got a great everything doesn't need to be some stupid French film equivalent in order to be a great story. You need to tell the story, set up the dominoes, make them pay off. That's a coherent story. It can be straightforward, it can be complex. But if you make it make sense, whether it's, through complex means or simple means, as long as the dots connect at the end of the day, that's what matters. And guess what? You have a fun ass time throughout it. It's brutal. The reveals are crazy. The action's great. Memorable dialogue up the wazoo, man. You want to know, like, how crazy a lot of younger workers think I am. Half the time I'm quoting the movie Predator. They have no idea. So imagine how all those lines sound out of context. They probably think I'm a freaking psycho.
Dude,
I mean, I'll look at it, I'm like, hey, man, you're bleeding. And he probably is like, what? Or I'll look at him like, yo, come here. Come on.
I'm
You have
starting
no
to
idea
feel
what I'm
so
talking
old.
about.
I'm really starting to feel so old because some of the guys that I play Magic the Gathering with are young,
Yeah.
are like in their 20s and everything. And I make references to Pitch Black, right? And by the
Yeah.
way, Pitch Black is one of those movies that are almost at the level of Predator, that is a great movie. Just people don't pay attention to Pitch Black enough, or the whole Riddick universe. Get into the Riddick universe, and I mean it. We are going back to Furia on the next movie that is in the works. Hopefully, it will come out, because the last time they tried to do a movie on Furia, yeah, you haven't seen it because it didn't come out. Anyway, I'm making references to Predator, to Alien, to Pitch Black, and they're like, huh? Am I that old?
Don't know.
I feel old.
They just come and go. It happens. It's just the nature of the beast, man. It's just the nature of the beast. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Yes, yeah, I like the Riddick stuff. I really do. I think it's good, but maybe chat once again. This could be an idea to talk some Predator comics down the line. I'm a big Predator fan.
Dark Horse era, and if you are doing that, we can talk about Alien and AVP, because Dark Horse era, dude, a lot of what they tried to set up on the movies with the Marines and everything, it was perfect on the comics. And I mean, it was perfect on the comics. Dude, what a good era of comics it was. We don't have comics like that anymore.
Well, we're gonna tap into them, I think. We're gonna tap into them. But chat, dudes, and yes, it was all dudes. Dudes on Rumble, dudes on YouTube, dudes who have it both ways. Obviously, Depot 101 for his Rumble rant, JT Kirk for his Super Chat, Tim Hayes for his membership acknowledgement. Guys, we're gonna get wrapping the show up. I gotta go attend a UFC thing at my parents'. As far as I know, they're supposed to have pizza there or something. So I'm gonna go where the pizza and the fights go. So can you blame me? Can you blame me? No.
It's naked guys and pizza. Just go.
Yeah, but no, I want us to
justification
plug
for
our
that.
plugs on the way out. We don't go without plugging our plugs, okay? It's very important that we do those things, okay? I care about our plugs around here. I'm never going to forget us men.
I saw you strip down for that hot tub.
His dick's not small.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
That time, I heard you coming.
Barbecue, huh? How do you like your ribs?
Goddamn, that's a great scene.
I know. Action Jackson rules so hard. So, chat, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for your time being here. Oh, that I did play that game. It was a great game. Seriously, I love that you're here. I love the enthusiasm. I hope this incentivizes you. Check out Hellboy. Seriously, check out Hellboy. And yes, Alien comics, Predator comics are in the future. Of course, we'll be back here next week talking classic Spidey, classic Fantastic Four, ASM number 88. So you have 1 week to read it. And Fantastic Four number 577. So please, you have 1 week to read those. And I'll have a mission report on Predator Captive. I can't wait. We're going to have a fun-ass time next week. Heads up, we will not be here Saturday the 29th, as I will be heading out to Davenport, Iowa, so I can go catch Death Angel live. That's one of my favorite thrash metal bands. I'm going to go be catching that show. But other than that, we'll be going the rest of the year. with shows. So it should be fun. So all December will be shows. And I'm looking at the calendar right now. Yeah, all December, the 6th, 13th, 20th, 27th. Yeah, it's gonna be great. So, anyways, chat, thank you for supporting us. We'll be here for that show next week on Toxic Tuesday, which is back on YouTube. We're talking James Bond 007's Tomorrow Never Dies.
That's
the second Pierce Brosnan film with Michelle Yeoh in it as the Bond girl. And a villain that has become a little bit too much of a documentary. Way too much of a documentary. If you don't remember, go rewatch it to find out. That's what's coming on my side. Oh, Bonded by Metal. Me and Imperius recorded a video. My buddy 70s put out a video today on there. Check it out if you have it. It's a fun video. I'm trying to think of what else. That's it for now on my side. I'm gonna let these gentlemen plug their plugs on the web, which, by the way, guys, thank you for being here. Love that we got to finally talk some Hellboy. I apologize for it was me. Why we put this up, it was all me, but I thank you guys for your patience. It was worth it. I hope you feel the same. I'm glad we finally crossed that bridge. Yeah, we were overdue.
Yeah, we needed a whole night. We needed a whole
Let's
night.
not wait so long. Maybe come January, we'll get to the third story. Let's just not wait so long. Okay. I think we could agree on that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're in
we need
agreement.
More Hellboy in our lives. We need more.
Okay, we're Hellboy in our lives. Excellent. Thank you, Steven. I see your comment. Yes, we love being here. Pablo, what's coming out your way? If you got anything coming out your way.
Okay, Kik had an issue with my Ecuadorian ID for the Spanish channel that I was trying to make. Weirdly enough, geek.com/geektropology. I actually can stream them. I have no idea, man. Companies in the US sometimes are weird to me. They had my ID. They could have set up everything. Instead, I can stream in a channel that I didn't even try to get. I don't know how they work. I don't know. It's Microsoft, I guess. So geek.com/geektropology, and I will be streaming there. On English, since the Spanish channel is not happening. That's life, man. When life gives you lemons, you burn life's house down with the lemons. Cape Johnson's work. That's it, man.
All right,
as always, I enjoyed the hell out of reading twice this volume of Hellboy. If we are going to the next issues, oh man, that will be sweet.
January, bet on it.
I have been having a blast just talking about comics today, and dude, it was a great time. My dude, it's awesome being here. That's it.
Thank you, man. Yes, and I can't wait. We'll do in January. It's gonna be huge. All right. Count on it. Common, plug your plug so we can get on out of here. Enjoy our night. I got some fights and food to enjoy.
I just crossed 2,400 subscribers on the new YouTube channel. I dropped the link in the chat. Go click it. Go fake sure, because the numbers go up and down all the time. So you might be unsubscribed. YouTube's doing all kinds of weird things right now. So go check that out. I dropped 3 videos today. There is a new woke Robin Hood coming from Amazon MGM. If any of you guys have known me for any length of time, you'll know that the last Robin Hood show I talked about probably led to my last downfall. So come check out the new one. There's a new Robin Hood from MGM that not only is rewriting history, but is also hating on Christians and making Robin Hood into a pagan, human sacrificing psychopath.
You'll watch Man in Tights.
I know, man. Oh, do we minute Tights on Thursday? Sunday, 2 p.m. Bible study. If you guys like the live streams, I put out videos 6 days a week. By Sunday nights, Doctor Who. We're doing classic Who right now. I made a banging new intro for that one. Monday, weekdays, 11 a.m. for the morning prep. Thursday nights, we're doing Firefly for our Thursday night review and watch party. For Is It Good? I made a banging new intro for that. It's completely AI generated. I'm really proud of the stuff that I was able to pull off for that. It's kind of like a test bed for a lot of other projects that I'm going to be doing. So definitely come check that out. If you're over on Rumble, you can watch the 4K version exclusively. But if you're over on YouTube, you have to become a member of my channel to watch the 4K version. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what we've got going on. I do stuff all the time, so come check me out. There's always something going on my channel, and I cover such a variety of topics. I guarantee you go to my channel, you're gonna find a video about news that you want to hear of something you're interested in out there. So I appreciate it, and yes, Hellboy was awesome. Can't wait to do it again. Woo!
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Common. Appreciate it, man. And yes, we will do it again. And the Tetrarch of Apathy. Yes, dude. Hail, sir. I know you just got work, but yes, please catch the replay. We had a blast talking Hellboy on here. Seriously, it's worth it. Once again, chat, thank you for supporting the show. We'll see you all next Saturday night, and I'll see some of you on Toxic Tuesday for Tomorrow Never Dies. It's the end of the show. Go enjoy your Saturday night, guys, or go catch Flashcast or Snow Dab. But we're getting out of here, okay? This is the end. Goodbye, good fight, and good night. Thank you.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.
Smell that shit